What's up, family? So today, I wanted just to do a video about the science of money. All right, there's an ebb and flow to money. There's a science to money, and this thing has been in existence for thousands and thousands of years. All right, this is not anything new, right? So I wanted just to do a video in the science of money in the context of how it pertains to the ancient world, into the world of, natural indigenous practices. You feel me? And that's what I really wanted to cover with y'all, man, because a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about money. And because they don't understand money, it's difficult for them to manage money. It's difficult for them to attain, amass wealth, right? Attain money. These things are difficult because people are not having a working understanding of what money is, what makes it flow, right? What blocks the flow of it, things like this. So, I had to come through with the science of money. So let's just get into a few of the definitions. Y'all know I do definitions, all right? Y'all know when I come through, I'm giving y'all the definitions because people be trying to discount the traditional systems, and because of that, you gotta hit them with the facts. You dig? You gotta hit them when they come like that. You gotta hit them with the facts. So let's get into it. Um, let's start with wealth, right? What does wealth mean? Because a lot of people don't really know what wealth means or what wealth is. So let's start with that. Wealth, an abundance of valuable possessions or money. So wealth is an abundance of valuable possessions or money. A lot of times, valuable possessions can equal money. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you own a house, it can equal money, right? If you own a car, you can sell it for money. You know what I'm saying? If you own a company, you can sell it for money, right? If you own a farm, you can grow food that you can sell for money. So a lot of times these valuable possessions go hand in hand with money. All right. So that's what wealth is. So now let's look at the definition of what money is. Money is any item or verifiable record that is generally accepted as payment for goods and services and repayment of debts such as taxes in a particular country or socio-economic context. So money changes according to the society that's using it, right? And we see this in modern day where when we look at Europe, you got the euro, you got the British pound there, you got the franc, right? So you have different forms of currency from different places. Then you might go to Japan, you got the yen, you know what I'm saying? In America, you got the American dollar. In Mexico, you got the peso, and so on and so forth. All right. This is because money is based on the society that's using it. At one time, money was beads. At one time, money was shells. There were different forms of currency. Okay, so that's money in a nutshell. All right. So let's look at deities that are associated with wealth. Okay, this is important. Deities that are associated with wealth. So in the Yoruba tradition, you got Ajay, okay? You have Yemoja. So, right there, just off the top, notice something. Those are both feminine deities. Yemoja, Ajay, those are the divine feminine manifesting as Orisha, okay? And this is a theme that you're going to notice as we continue on. Yemoja, of course, being a great mother. Um, and so then you have Olokun, right? Um, so this is an interesting thing because Olokun is both male and female. Okay? Olokun is both male and female. So this is an interesting concept because the divine feminine essence is still infused into a wealth, a deity that represents wealth. Now, Olokun owns everything at the bottom of the sea. So all the treasures at the bottom of the ocean belongs to Olokun. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes Olokun so wealthy. All right. Another deity, Obatala. This is another one. Obatala is both male and female. Okay? You know, Obatala, the one that wears the white cloth. Obatala is pure. All right? And this is another deity that's associated with money. This is one everybody knows, or more people know as of late, Oshun. Right? So we talk about Oshun, the goddess of love and beauty, right? The divine feminine, the river, Oshun. You see what I'm saying? She's also associated with wealth. And she's associated with the luxury that comes with wealth as well. Now, here's another one. And once again, you see the interesting dynamic of how the divine feminine plays a part in deities that represent wealth. You have Shango. So let's think about Shango, right? This is why the topic of Shango is so interesting, because Shango is in many ways the epitome of masculine energy, right? He's the epitome of masculinity. But Shango is also the beautiful man. Shango is in touch with his divine feminine aspect as well. Okay? So Shango wears his hair nice. He dressed nice. You know what I'm saying? Shango is Shango loves music. Shango loves to create. Okay? These things are associated with the divine feminine. Now let's take a deeper look into Shango. Shango is also the son of Yemoja. Okay? So just think about it right there. He's the son of the great mother. He's the son of Mother Nature herself, right? Yemoja. So just think about that. Okay? This is all Shango's aspects. Now here's another one. He understands how to use the divine feminine to generate wealth. Shango is very charming. Shango can seduce. Shango can seduce somebody. You know what I'm saying? He's in touch with his divine feminine aspect, and he knows how to turn on that charm to generate wealth. Here's an interesting a Pataki, which is a story in Ifa, that involves Shango and one of his wives, Oya. Now think about it like this. Shango, before we get into the Pataki, Shango had 3 wives. He was married to Oba, he was married to Oshun, and he was married to Oya, all at the same time. So just think of it in that way right there. He was so in touch with his divine feminine that 3 of the baddest, as far as like deities in the pantheon, you're talking about Oshun and Oya and Oba. You see what I'm saying? And they all on Shango. Why? Because Shango is in touch with his divine feminine. He can understand them. He can communicate with them in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? He can give them the things that they need because he's in touch with that side of himself. And so one of the Patakis in Ifa, Shango got trapped by his enemies in a building, right? So he had to figure out, how do I get out? How do I escape my enemies? So what he did was, Oya was in there with him. So she gave Shango her clothes. So Shango dressed up as Oya, and then he walked right past his enemies and escaped. See what I'm saying? So Shango understood how to utilize the divine feminine to get what he needed or to escape a situation. He was that in touch with his divine feminine aspect. And there was nothing gay about Shango. There was nothing homosexual about Shango. See, y'all be having these things twisted because you don't understand duality. You don't understand the principles, the teachings of Thoth, where gender is one of those principles that says everything has a divine masculine and a divine feminine aspect to it, okay? And they come together. Now, the people that are able to tap into the other side at will are the ones that you can see maneuver through life like fluid, like water. You see what I'm saying? Water is another element that people can always associate with femininity. You see what I'm saying? And so Shango, although he's the god of thunder and lightning and fire, right? He can tear everything up. He also knew how to be a gentle flame. He also knew how to lightly heat your food so that it can cook to the perfect temperature so that you can eat it. You see what I'm saying? He also knew how to get warm enough just to keep you and a child warm and cozy. You see what I'm saying? This is all Shango. And so, you know, that's just an interesting aspect that we see happening. Now, let's go into another pantheon that I'm very fond of because I practice it, and that's Voodoo. All right? So in Voodoo, we have Aizen. Aizen is the queen of the marketplace, okay? Then we have Ejuli Freda. And Ejuli Freda is wealth and luxury, okay? Then we have La Sirene, who's the mother of the sea. And then we have another interesting dynamic. We have Admirable Metagwe. Who's Admirable Metagwe? This is a male. But what's special about this male? Okay? He's not male and female like Olokun and Obatala. He's strictly male. So Metagwe, Admirable Metagwe, is the divine sailor. He's the divine sailor, okay? He's married to Lasiden. So he's married to the great mother of the sea, and he sails her waters. You see? He sails her waters. So his wealth comes from the fact that he understands her waters so well, and he has access to all her treasures. That's where the wealth of Admirable Metagwe comes from. So the fact that he understands the divine feminine so much that he can sail on her waters and navigate them effortlessly provides him wealth. Because now in doing that, he knows where the treasure is in that ocean. You know what I'm saying? He knows all of these things because he has been able to master her. He has been able to master the divine feminine. He's mastered Lasiden. And this is an interesting concept, again, because you have a deity that's associated with wealth that also has this connection to the divine feminine. In understanding the divine feminine and being able to move harmoniously with the divine feminine. This is very important to understand, family, because it starts to run deep. So some other notable deities from other cultures, you have Lakshmi from Hinduism. You have Anaïsa Pai from 21 Divisiones, which is Dominican Voodoo. You have Felicitas from ancient Rome. You have Aphrodite from Greece. You have Hathor from Egypt, okay? So a lot of these feminine deities is money. It's money, 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 money. You see what I'm saying? The divine feminine attaches to money a lot of times. You see what I'm saying? So let's look at some characteristics of money, right? The characteristics of money. How does money act? All right? Money comes and goes. One minute you have it, next minute you spending it. Next minute you have it, next minute you spending it, right? So money comes and goes, the dollar bounces around, all right? It can be impulsive. Money can be impulsive, or it can make you do impulsive things. You see something just because you can't afford it, you'll buy it. You know what I'm saying? Money can be impulsive. Money is giving, because when you have money and you buy something, it's giving you that thing at the same time. So money is also giving. Money is nurturing. And another thing, yes, it's nurturing because it feeds you. Money feeds you. Okay? Now let's look at another aspect of money. It likes to be used and it likes to feel useful. It doesn't like to just sit in a savings account all day. You know how we know? Because inflation is a real thing. When money just sits in the bank and it doesn't be used, it just gets inflated over time, and then it's not even worth as much as when you first put it in there. This is true. And the interest rates that grow on money that sits in a bank account is nowhere near keeping up with inflation rates. Okay? So let's understand what we're talking about when we're talking about money. So in conclusion, money is a woman. Duh. You see what I'm saying? Money is inherently feminine in nature. It's like a woman. You know what I'm saying? So let's analyze our relationship with money. Let's analyze the average person's relationship with money so we can understand why we have a tumultuous relationship with money. What do we say about money? People say we don't need her. You blatantly tell money you don't need her. Okay. What does a woman do when you say you don't need her? Okay. You tell her that she isn't everything. Look at how you're talking to money. You tell her that she isn't everything. What? Let's say what else. We say she doesn't matter, and we say she's the root of all evil. Y'all telling a woman not only that she doesn't matter, then you tell her she's the root of all evil. Then you tell her she's the root of all evil, and y'all expect her to stay with y'all? Ooh, you some narcissist. Listen to this. Then when she leaves from all the disrespect, you would do anything to get her back. So after you done treated her like dirt, you said we don't need her. You said she's the root of all evil. When you have more of her, it's more problems. Okay? You said she doesn't mean anything. You said she isn't everything. Do you think she's going to stay with you? Do you think that woman named Money is going to stay in your life? Probably not. She's going to go to somebody else that's going to treat her right. She's going to go find somebody that's going to take care of her. That's going to help her grow as an individual, right? That's going to help her grow based on her interest. See, this is all symbolic and it's all real, okay? Because we know that the energy that you put out is going to affect how things move around you. And if you have this repelling attitude to money, she will run away from you, okay? So now when she leaves, you will do anything to get her back. You will do crime to get her back. Just to have a piece of her, just to have her near you again. You will do anything. A woman will sell her body just to have the money come back. A man will run in a bank. A man will sell drugs to his own people. A man will do scams and try to beat the system and do all kind of larceny and do all kind of white collar crimes just to get the money back. You understand what I'm saying? Because you treated her bad when you had her. So when she leaves, your bills start piling up, your children get hungry, and your stability gets shaken, and you will risk anything to have her. Remember the money? She was taking care of your kids. She was feeding your kids. She was feeding you. Okay? When you had her, you should have understood her. You should have learned her likes and dislikes, and she never would have left. So if you would have took the time to understand money, if you would have took the time to understand what she likes and what she doesn't like, if you would have took the time to know her interests so that she could grow, then she would have never left you. So in conclusion, we have a toxic relationship with money. The relationship that we have with money is very, very toxic. And this is why it's a love-hate relationship, on and off again, on and off again. You should have married money. You should have married her and learned everything she likes and what she doesn't like. And then she would have never departed with you. She's such a loyal wife. If you would have married money, she would have even let you have more wives. She would have let you have more money. She would have brought you back more money. Okay? So understand that we have a toxic relationship with money as a people, as a whole. And this is why we see the different caste systems. Okay? Where you have the poor, middle class, upper middle class, wealthy, right? You have the system because people don't understand money. And let's look at, how did it even get this way? How did it get this way? You had major patriarchal religions created toxic concepts about money that were passed on through generations. So you had major patriarchal religions. Remember, all the deities that I just named are attached to our ancestors, and a lot of them are female. And even the ones that are male, that's associated with wealth, have a female aspect or a divine feminine aspect to them that draws in the wealth, that attracts the money. You see what I'm saying? So where do we lose our love for the divine feminine, where we allow patriarchy to overrun our society to the point that we knocked her down? But the people at the top still lift her up. Remember, there's a black Madonna that the Pope goes to see. But you talking to a white Jesus. Something's not adding up. You talking to Jesus for money, but Jesus is humble. He don't want no money. And the Pope, he go to a black Madonna to get the money, who is also reminiscent of Isis. So understand what I'm telling you. See, this is the stuff that gets you kicked off of YouTube and stuff. But listen to what I'm telling you, people. This is real. This is real talk. Y'all gotta fix your relationship and fix your mindset when it comes to how you viewing money. Okay? Because if you don't, that divorce is gonna be ugly. And you could be in the street. And then she'll just treat you bad. So let's look at, they taught you that loving money is the root of all evil. They said to love her is to be connected to the root of all evil. To love her is to be evil. Look at that. They told you that we should live modestly, but your ancestors didn't live in a modest way. They had all kind of kingdoms. We can start with Greece. We can go into Egypt. We can go into Nubia. We can go into Mesopotamia. Like, we can keep on going to these places that have feminine deities that were associated with wealth, and they understood the balance. And then we can bring it into modern time. You had the Dahomey Empire. You had Congo Kingdom. You had the Oyo Empire. You had the Ghanaian Kingdom. You see what I'm saying? And these were all groups of people that understood the balance between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And it wasn't that they put one down over the other. You know, the Bible will tell you that the woman is the tail. A tail? You don't even need a tail. If you cut the tail off a dog, it's people that just cut tails off of dogs just cause, to dock them. So they make it harder to grab the dog because they're a protection dog. So you're even a part, or they say that you're a rib. A rib, you don't even need a rib. You feel me? You don't even need a rib. But in reality, as the divine feminine, you're the blood that runs in the body. So without you, the body doesn't even run. Because we understand that water is a feminine element in nature. Even look at the zodiac. All the water signs are feminine. All the earth signs are feminine. It's the Mother Earth. All the fire signs are masculine. All the air signs are masculine. Okay? So even when we look at something like the zodiac, it plays out again with water being the divine feminine. And your body is made up mostly of blood, which is water, mixed in with a few other things. But the base of what it is what it is. And they'll tell you that you're the tail. No, I'm the blood that makes this. And then they'll tell you the blood of Jesus, a man. No. No. The blood of the divine feminine is keeping me running. This woman that courses in my veins, she keeps me running. I didn't want to take it there, but they teach you that greed is a deadly sin. They teach you greed is a deadly sin. And what do they say is greed? Just to keep accumulating. That's wealth. To have it in abundance. How is they turn greed into wealth? They turn wealth into greed. See, this is mind games. And we're made to feel guilty for having more than others. That's another thing. We're made to feel guilty for having more than others. This is all things attached to patriarchal religions. Patriarchal religions, for those who don't know, are the ones that the emphasis is put on men. The Bible, the Quran, the Torah. There's a lot of emphasis on the men. The father is Abraham, the father. They don't never talk about the mother too much unless they talk about Jesus, and they don't all believe in Jesus. See what I'm saying? The New Testament believes in Jesus. So even when we talk about that, it's a sticky situation. And our ancestors always put the emphasis on the divine feminine as well as the sacred masculine. They didn't take one from the other. They knew that they needed each other, okay? Yet, the religious institutions use the divine feminine energy of money by tapping into your emotions to make you give to them. We see this in tithing, right? How does the church make you give money? The church makes you give money by tapping into the divine feminine. And when they tap into that divine feminine, they tap into your emotions. And when they tap into your emotions, they make you give. They make you give. They make you give. Tithe, give 10%. Give this, give that, right? This is what the church does. This is what the church does. So the church is using the divine feminine to draw money out of the people. But you're fed a patriarchal narrative. I don't think that adds up personally, but that's just me, right? So let's look at some solutions. You have been tricked into getting rid of your loving mothers of wealth in exchange for jealous, controlling fathers that want to pillage the resources. Listen to me. You got tricked. Your mothers of wealth loved you, okay? They wanted to hold you and nurture you and help you grow. And as a people, we adopted these patriarchy societies, and we abandoned our loving mothers. And we said that's devil stuff, that's the witches, that's idolizing, that's this and that, and we threw them out. And we just adopted all the patriarchs, right? Moses and everybody else, Muhammad and everybody else. And that became who we just took on without us showing love in an equal manner to the divine feminine. Wow. And so when this happened, those fathers that we gave reverence to, they was just used to pillage the land. Because that's what masculine energy does. You see what I'm saying? And here we are. So fix your relationship with your divine mothers and feminine aspect of self, and that will fix your relationship with money. Fix the relationship with the divine feminine. Okay? Maybe you go to your divine feminine side of your ancestry on a specific, when you're working with ancestors on a specific aspect, just to summon them to help you heal. Maybe you light a pink candle for self-love. You see what I'm saying? To help you heal, right? Things like this. Fix your relationship with the divine feminine. Fix the relationship with the divine feminine in yourself and in your ecology. And you will fix your relationship with how you view money. When you fix that, everything will start to change in your favor in regards to dealing with money. The money will just be jumping on you. The money won't be able to stay off of you. It'll chase you down. Understand what I'm saying? Because the money know that you're going to treat her right. That money know that you're going to do the things you're supposed to do to keep her happy and to keep her growing and to keep her stimulated. But if we don't have that relationship with her, then she will continue to be elusive like a butterfly, and we won't ever be able to catch her. Okay? So that's what I want to leave y'all with, family. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to keep giving y'all content. I'm going to keep putting y'all up on game. I'm going to keep showing y'all how this go. You know what I'm saying? And that's ultimately what it is, to become the master magician. All right? So I'm here to help y'all on y'all path to becoming the master magician. And that's what it is. I love y'all. I'm King Brujo 100.